So I'm ready to retire the March lucky bag and bring in the April lucky bag. March was a super long month, so I really feel like I had so much time to work with the products that were in that bag, really decide what I liked and what I didn't like, and we're gonna just jump right in. Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Melissa. So for those of you who are new to my channel and aren't really familiar with this is a series where I took 12 empty bags from my Sephora collection of bags and filled them with products that I'm not sure I liked anymore, or I had forgotten if I liked, and I really wanted to review them, use them, decide which ones I was going to continue using and pan, which ones I was going to declutter. So this is kind of a combination of a couple ideas. It's like a project pan, it's like a declutter, it's like opening up a lucky bag from Beautylish. I'm really excited to open a fresh new lucky bag, but first, we're going to go through the March products. So I think I'm going to start with the discards, the things that I'm not going to keep. And I'm going to start off with this foundation from Clinique. It's the Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Corrector. The shade was number 2, Alabaster. I didn't care for this. Going back to it, I understand. I think this was very much an impulse buy. It's kind of heavy. Looks a little cakey on my skin, a little too much coverage for me. I don't love a full coverage foundation. I really prefer something a little bit lighter weight that's going to let my skin show through even with all its imperfections. So I decided I was going to pass on this. The color ended up being not terrible, but it's more the texture. Same thing with this IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Concealer. It's really thick, really cakey, and the color's a little too dark. I seem to have a whole lot of concealers open. I think it's a problem. Obviously, I have a problem. We're going to dive into these two pots of color. One's from ColourPop and one's from Revlon. They are like nearly identical shades. Kind of nude, shimmery shades. These are the two shades. This is the Revlon, which I think has a little bit more shimmer than the ColourPop one, which I think really has definitely dried out. I have very similar shades in palettes that I like better, and I will never end up reaching for the individual little pots. Almost every palette seems to come with this like beigey shimmery shade in it, so I don't need it in a pot. Sticking with shadows, the Milani Shadow Eyez Shadow Stick in the shade Sand Dune. Pretty color, but again, it's like those two other shades that I just moved on. I also am going to declutter this little gloss from Bite. The shade is Hr Royale. I just didn't really care for the shade on me. I'm not a huge gloss girl. It's a very bright, like raspberry shade, and I tried wearing it a couple times, and each time I went, I'm taking that off and putting something else on. And I'm discovering like glosses really aren't for me. They're not my preferred delivery system for lip color. The last item that I'm decluttering is this little palette from Sephora. This is their Moonshadow Baked palette. Colors in here are really very beautiful, and they were colors that I really enjoyed wearing, particularly like this green and these purples were ones that I really, really loved. However, upon using them, they're very dry and just don't, the texture has changed. And while I don't really have this green in any of my other palettes, it's not enough reason for me to hold on to this palette. I have one item that I didn't try. I know. Who am I? I don't know why I'm afraid to try this product, but I'm going to move it forward into the April lucky bag, and I'm definitely going to make a point of trying it. And that is the tape from Sephora. This is just like a little tape that you can use along your lower lashes so that you don't blend too far down. Oh, there is one other thing I am going to declutter, and I am wearing it today, and that's the lip color. This is the Lorac Alter Ego Lip Gloss in the shade Dominatrix, and I think it's pretty. I've blotted it because it was a little too glossy. I just don't really like glosses, and I feel like they have a little tendency to creep, like here on me, and I need something that's not going to move, that I feel really confident about. Just for a point of reference, in relation to that other gloss, it is this darker shade. I think it's way more flattering on me. Let's move on to the things that I'm going to keep that I liked using. So first off, I am definitely going to finish using up this Dr. Jart Radiance BB Beauty Balm. There's not much left in here. I really tried to get this done in the month. I would say I'm like just got about this much left. So I'm gonna definitely use this up. I've enjoyed every second of using it. I really like the Dr. Jart BB creams. I know not all the formulas are still available. There are at least 2, I think, still available on the Sephora website and on the Dr. Jart website, but I do like this, and that's what I'm wearing today. I think it just gives a nice amount of coverage. It gives you that little SPF coverage and doesn't look cakey on me. That's what I'm after. Sticking with face products, I'm wearing the Tarte blush in Doll Face, and I'm pretty excited about this because look, I actually hit pan on this month. I was like using it, I'm like, is that like a little pinprick of a pan peeking through? That's hard to say. It is. And then the next day I used it, it got bigger and bigger, and I'm like, how many of you have ever hit pan on a Tarte blush? That's what I'm asking. I'm definitely keeping this. I think this is such a pretty blush. I don't know why I stopped wearing it. I think it's perfect for spring and summer. I'm really excited about using this up. I'm definitely going to see if I can't expand that pan over the next couple of months. The other face product that I really liked so much, and this isn't available anymore, but I just love the colors in here. So it's the Paula's Choice Sun-Kissed Custom Color Bronzer. I really have enjoyed using this. I use both sides. I have this kind of as a little bit of a contour. I have the lighter shade along my hairline. Who am I using that much bronzer on a day? Like, that's just weird. I'm going to continue using it even though it is no longer available. The other face product that was in this batch was the MAC Strobe Cream, and all I have is this little deluxe sample, and I am going to keep it. It was nice as a highlighter. I did not wear it today. It's small. It doesn't take up that much room. I like this product for really soft, almost barely there glow. Maybe I should put some on. You can wear this under your foundation. You can wear it over. I just think this is so pretty. And it's not too much. I don't want my highlighter to be seen from the moon. I just want a little glow, a little youthful glow, and I feel like this does it. It is just a really beautiful, pretty, sophisticated highlighter. Let's move on to the other palette that was in that bag, and it was the Fiona Stiles Artist Eyeshadow Palette. Fiona Stiles was a brand that was briefly in Ulta. Was it even in there for 12 months? And I picked this up and I kind of lost it in my room somewhere. I could not find it probably for a year. And during that time, it moved out of Ulta. And actually, I don't think they're making any of this anymore. When I opened this, I was like, okay, this is okay. It looks kind of dull, kind of muddy, maybe. I'm not sure this is going to be for me. And the more I have played with it, the more I think this is really a pretty awesome palette. It has a lot of good neutrals and cool tones, a couple of kind of wearable, warmer tones. It's a really pretty palette, even though it looks not that exciting. And I think sometimes the palettes I have liked the best have been like not so exciting in the pans, and the ones that I go, oh, this is so awesome, it looks so beautiful, blah blah blah, and then you go and use it and you're like, this is just a little too much color for me. I'm sorry, I did record a couple of looks of the day using this palette, and I accidentally deleted a whole lot of footage off my computer trying to do an iOS update. I was making room and I thought I didn't need that anymore, and regretfully I did lose like 2 or 3 looks. So I apologize I don't have as many cut-ins today, but I am wearing this palette today. You know, I started this all over like the crease and up to the brow bone. Then I used this shade here as like a little transition to build up some color along my crease. I also layered this color up there. Yeah, look how pretty those are. And then I finished off with this color here to just kind of deepen my crease a little bit. Look how stunning those are. I'm sorry, those are beautiful. If you own this palette, dig it out and give it some love because it's really pretty. I am going to keep this palette, which does kind of go against some of my earlier parameters like, oh, it's not made anymore, it's discontinued, I'm getting rid of it. But I kept thinking about this every time I used it and I was like, I really like this palette. I'm not sure I'm ready to get rid of it. Alright, there were 3 additional lip products in this bag. The first was from Wander Beauty, and it is their Carry On Lip and Cheek Gel. And the shade is Pink City. And it is just like a little, like chubby stick, if you will. And I used this on my cheeks. I liked it on my cheeks quite a bit, and I liked it on my lips quite a bit. It is a little bit sheer. It's a little bit warmer than what I usually wear, but it wasn't too warm. I think because it was sheer, I could get away with it. And I like this. I'm going to hold on to it. My only complaint about this is it does tend to wear off your lips pretty quickly. It almost goes on like a gloss. I had another one of these fresh sugar colored lip balms. This is in the shade Poppy. And out of all the ones that I've used so far, this is probably my least favorite shade. It's right here. I don't know. I just don't love it on me. There is this much product left. I'm going to keep working on it. It's okay. The last lip product is from Neutrogena. It's the Revitalizing Lip Balm, and it has an SPF of 20. And this is in the shade Petal Glow. So here's the packaging, and this is what it looks like. Product, and it's right here. It's a great little neutral for bopping around the house and the weekends, and I like that it has the SPF in it. So I'm going to continue using this. I actually might move this down to the kitchen and make it a kitchen lipstick. Do you have a kitchen lipstick? If you don't, you should. I'm keeping these. I'm keeping these. I did use up a few products from my lucky bags, so I want to go over those with you today. I also wanted to share with you that I hit pan on this little product as well. This is the e.l.f. Tone Correcting Powder. This was brand spanking new when I first opened it up, and you can see I have hit substantial pan on that. I'm very excited about that. I also used up this Flower Bomb Deluxe perfume sample, and I have added this perfume sample to my, let's use this up drawer. This is from Lady Gaga, the Fame. The mask that was in the March lucky bag was from K Bella, and it was the Refreshing Pomegranate Peel Off Mask. These are awesome. I love them. I buy them at Target. However, this one had definitely sat in my collection too long because it wasn't even really liquidy anymore. It was like coagulated peel-off mask. It was really pretty awful. The whole time I was using it, I'm like, oh, such a disappointment to hold on to it thinking that it's sealed in this packet and it's going to last forever, and it does not. Don't save. Don't save. And I did finish up the remainder of this Fresh Sugar Rosé tinted lip balm, and I enjoyed using this a lot. Who's ready for the next lucky bag? So I must have run out of Sephora bags, so I used one of these little Elizabeth Arden bags. How many of you have 12 Sephora bags? Well, probably a lot of you. So first off, I am going to move this into next month's bag and give this a try. I have not peeked. I have no idea what's in this. I just remember when I put products in here, I tried to put a whole face worth of product. The first thing I'm pulling out is this eyeshadow palette from Kat Von D. It is the Shade and Light Glimmer Eye Contour Palette. All of these are shimmery. They kind of follow the same thought process as the All Matte palette. I bought this, I liked it, but I never really reached for it very much. I'll give it another go and see what I think. Again, I think the layout on this is pretty awesome because it's basically quads. I would say warm, cool, neutral. Oh, okay. This must have been Kat Von D's month because I also have one of her Shade and Light Eye Contour quads, and this is in the plum shade. Remember when she came out with these? And these were set up so that you could get a quad that would really work beautifully with your eye color, so I picked the plum one because it was supposed to be great with green eyes. So next up is from Becca. It's the Afterglow palette. This was, I think, a holiday palette, and it has some blush colors and some highlight colors. I remember liking this. All right, next up is a trio from Smashbox. This is the Photo Edit Eyeshadow Trio in Snap Queen. I think this packaging is like really adorable. So adorable, and I liked these, so I'm anxious to dive back into them. All right, this is another shadow stick from Milani, the Milani Shadow Eyez in Almond Cream. I remember using this almost like an eyeshadow base. It's a matte formula. I don't know if you can see it there. Still feels pretty creamy. Next up is this lipstick from Wet n Wild, and it's called Cherry Picking. Feels very dry. This is a foundation from number 7. It's the Beautifully Matte Foundation. It has an SPF of 15. The shade is Cool Ivory. I think once I get through all of this, I am like no more than 2 or 3 foundations at a time. Like, this is ridiculous. Okay, this is a little eyeshadow single from Sephora, and it's called Outrageous. Here's that like beigey, creamy, shiny shade. You know what I thought about that in last month's bag. Next is another lip product. This is from NARS. It's the Audacious lipstick in the shade Charlotte, which is going to be a dark, bright, plummy shade. I buy that shade a lot, apparently. Next is a primer from Tarte. This is the Clean Slate Flawless 12-hour primer. Does it say glowing? It says brightening. I don't think I've ever used this. And then there is another deluxe sample size of this Glam Glow mask. This is the Youth Mud Tingling Exfoliating Treatment. I'll give this a try. I had quite a problem with the one in the white tube, so I'm cautious, very cautious about this. Next is a cheek color from Tarte, and this is in the shade Partay. I believe this was the Sephora VIB gift one year. It's really pretty. I would say it's very similar to Exposed. It's just a really nice like neutral shade, so I know I'm going to enjoy using that. I have a product here from Buxom. It's the Divine Goddess Radiance Luminizer. I think I've used this a little bit. It's kind of beigey, very subtle. And I have another single pot eyeshadow from Butter London. This is one of their Glaze-In eye glosses. I don't see a shade name on here. Comes in a little pot, and it is like a mousse inside. I remember buying this in the store, testing it, liking it, and once I got it home, it really ended up being too warm for me. Like, it looks okay on my hand, but I didn't really care for it on my lids. I'm not too optimistic about that. Oh my, look at that. That's that foundation that dried down. That's very dark. So the first lip product is from Besame, and this is the shade Wild Orchid. Again, I buy that color over and over. I really like the Besame lip formula because I think it's super pigmented. The next one is from Too Faced, and this was part of their they had a whole nude range in this gorgeous packaging. This is Overexposed. which is like a grayish nude with a little bit of purple. I've had a little trouble wearing it just because I feel like the color is looks a little strange on me. So in my next video, when I do the follow-up on this, I'll make sure I'll include lip swatches of all the lip products, and you can have a good look-see at what this looks like. I upload videos every Saturday morning, and I'll include a link to last week's video right up here in case you missed it. And if you're new to my channel, just stopping by for the first time, I hope you'll hit this little subscribe button and join me for future videos. See you real soon. Bye!